your Wednesday morning here. Let's have some fun here for part one of In the Know today. Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, some of those names might sound familiar. So many card games out there that promise to transport us away from reality. And now, a group from Peoria wants to do the same with a world of their own, and they want your help to make it happen. Joining us today to talk about Splintered Lands and how you can get in on its development is Steve Holloway, owner and co-CEO of Civil Dawn Games. Steve, good morning, man.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. I want to just dive right into this. You guys are based locally.
Yep.
This is how everything was kind of brought up for you. Where did everything begin?
Yeah, so my partner Jeff and I have always been huge fans of board games. And, you know, it was just kind of, we both had day jobs, we were both doing other things, and we decided, you know, we really wanted to make the type of game that we wanted to play. We're both big fans of a genre called deck building games. And so the deck building game, you know, like you talked about the Magic Gathering and the Pokemons, they've been around for a long time, you know, since the late 80s. And we thought, you know, we could do that. There's a lot of history there, there's a lot of knowledge there. I'm a big personal fan of game theory, so we did. We spent about 6 years, basically off and on, kind of working on it because we really wanted to make something that was quality, that had thought and depth to it. And then, you know, there's also the, like, you design, you know, the base version of the game, and then, like, we had plans for expansions and things like that. So we really spent our time kind of making it. But it was, you know, your standard, like, two dudes in the basement, you know, pushing cards around and yelling at each other about which idea was a good idea or not a good idea. We did a lot of development with friends. I mean, there was a lot of, like, us, you know, saying, hey, listen, we'll, you know, pay for drinks and pizza if you come over and, you know, play with our 3x5 cards that we scribbled on. And, you know, and,
Sure.
And there were a lot of locals who were super supportive of us. You know, friends, family, stuff like that, who are like, yeah, we love board games too. We'll come over and, you know, try your game.
Yeah, absolutely. What's real quickly the abstract of Splintered Lands? What's kind of the world that we're entering?
Yeah, so there's a concept called deck building game, and what it means is that you, and in our case, a second two-player, you go through the motions to build a kind of deck of cards that you're playing with to, you know, defeat your opponent type thing. But what makes Splintered Lands unique is it combines a lot of the mechanics that we really like about a lot of other games and puts kind of new and interesting twists on them. So in our game, a lot of times there is some sort of resource that you use to acquire new champions or cards. In our game, that's your health. So you're kind of in this, like, bidding war back and forth between you and your opponent about, like, how much of your, you know, life until you lose you're willing to give up to try and defeat the other person.
Okay.
So there's this really fun back and forth, and then on top of that there's a, like, base building mechanic. So you're building up a base to defend against your opponent, and so there's all kinds of interesting concepts there. We really wanted something that was very strategic and tactical. And then we created a kind of visual narrative with the landscape of the game so that it was very easy to understand, like, you know, what you should be doing and how you should be playing and things of that nature. So the game has a lot of depth, but it's very easy to learn, you know, 10, 15 minutes or one round, and you're like, oh, I get it. And then, you know, from then on, it's a lot of play.
Drawing inspiration from pre-existing properties, putting your own spin on it here, you are allowing the public to basically come through now and help you guys develop this further. Talk about the event.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a local board game shop called Cabbages and Kings. The owner is Dan. He's been amazingly supportive of the local board game scene. So Peoria is actually kind of known for a number of other, like, famous board games that have been kind of made in the area, like Thunderstone and things of that nature. And Dan, who owns Cabbages and Kings, has been, you know, supportive of, like, other small-time creators coming and utilizing his shop for playtesting or hosting events. And so in this case, what we're doing is called a free learn-to-play event. We're inviting anybody in the board game community, or, you know, if you're not a board gamer, come on out and check it out. You can come out and basically we will teach you how to play the game and walk you through the motions. And then also, you know, you can talk game theory or learn about new and upcoming things that we have going on. Again, all of that is going on tomorrow, actually, at Cabbages and Kings. Now, he does have a small shop, so if you're going to invade, definitely plan on staying and hanging out for a little bit and looking at all the stuff that he has.
Absolutely. We got the information up on the screen as well, and we'll have it online at 25newsnow.com. I got to tell you, I got a lot of friends that play deck building games.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is something they would love. So
awesome.
I'm definitely going to be doing some name dropping if you don't mind.
Oh, no, actually, I brought this one very specifically for you. So.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Well, I was spoiled. I didn't think Christmas was today, but I will take it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
really appreciate you coming in. And, of course, best of luck with developing everything going forward. I see a ton of success going forward.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure. And, of course, if you or someone you know would like to join us on In the Know to talk about awesome stuff like this, go to 25newsnow.com/community. Go to the In the Know tab, submit the form. And, of course, we got a special birthday shout-out and our poll question to discuss after the break.